Hey YouTube, it's my first video, and today I'm going to be doing a sit on my cousin. So the first step that I do is push my client's cuticles back so I can cut her cuticles. So for the next step, I'm going to file my client's nails. That way I'll be able to see her cuticles and they'll be easily seen to cut. As you can see now, I am cutting her cuticles and making sure I get all of that dead skin. And in the video, as you can see, me pushing her cuticles back and filing after creates a lift in her nail. That way I could see it. And sometimes ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, everybody will not need their cuticles cut, but most clients will. So that's what I'm doing, just so when I do her set, it'll be nice and neat. Now that I'm done with cutting my cuticles, I'm going to come in with my Moravan dehydrator just to dehydrate the nail. That way my nail could stick to the glue. And you don't need a whole lot. All you have to do is just, paint it over. Just get the nail, just put it on all of the nail, but it doesn't have to be, an excessive amount. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the key to your retention. Primer is as well, but this is, the key to having long-lasting nails. And now what I'm doing is sizing my client, just to make sure the tips are fitting correctly. And so you're going to see me do that with every nail. Now it's time to put the tips on, and as I'm going to show in the next clip what glue I use, it's the KDS glue, and this is the only glue I have used since doing nails. So I've been using KDS for about 2 years and has never did me wrong. Retention is great. I don't know, overall it's just a really good glue. And so I'm going to apply a little amount, and I'm going to make sure the nail is intact with the false tip, just to make sure it doesn't pop off, and just to make sure it's good and on there and it has no lifting. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Did you just see that come up? So I like to sit my hands on there for a while, that way the nail is stuck with no gaps or air bubbles. So I'm going to come in with my nail cutter, and this is what I'm going to use to cut my client's nails even. So I'm going to use 6 magnets, and I'm going to use the magnets to, like I said, make sure each nail is even. And it helps a lot, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have to go back and make sure every nail is the same length, because I'm using those, this measuring system. So it takes down a lot of time, a lot. Now I'm going to go in with my nail filer. I'm going to file the nail till it's smooth. So I'm going to get rid of that line where the artificial nail meets the natural nail. It's usually a little bump right there. So basically what I'm doing is I am getting rid of that line and making it smooth, so that my application could be very smooth and easy. Now at the end of the nail, I'm going to use my file just to make it crispy. I don't know, this step is not needed, but I like it, just to make it a little easier on. Okay, I'm going to come in with my primer by the same brand as my dehydrator. And again, you don't need a lot. You just need enough to go on that natural nail, where the natural nail meets the artificial nail. For my acrylic, I'm going to come in with Dynamic Nail Supplies Flawless Nude. And for my nail brush, I'm going to come with the Cat number 16 round brush. Now I'm going to apply the acrylic, and as you see, I usually start where the artificial nail and the natural nail meets, and I work that one bead all the way down. It's like a medium-sized bead, and then I usually go up at the top by the cuticle area, work that one down, and I do one more to make that apex, prominent. And that's all I do when it comes to acrylic. Now sometimes that doesn't work out, in my favor, so I'll add another bead, one more bead, just to make it better, a little smoother. And then look at that, it looks so good, so smooth. But I usually use medium beads, especially for the first one, the first bead laid on the nail. I usually just do a medium bead, and yeah, that's it. Okay, I have to slow this one down because the thumb is always good, for show and tell. But I placed a large bead on the thumb because the thumb is bigger, so I'll need a larger bead. And I maneuver it, to the bottom of the nail. Make sure it's not running on the sides, only at the bottom of the nail. That's the only place I like for my acrylic to run down to. And I just, clean up those sides, and then I have that bottom half done. Now I'm going to apply another large bead to the top, and make sure I get it in that cuticle area. And what I'm going to do is lightly pat down, just to make sure, it's smooth. Okay, this is my last bead I'm going to add, and this is what's going to give me my apex. And as you can see, it gave me apex. I'm just going to work that down and smoothing it out, and I am done. And this is what it looks like after I have applied the acrylic. Alright, so in this step, excuse my dirty nail dust collector. Dust gets everywhere as a nail tech, ladies and gentlemen. But what I'm doing now is I'm running my file, as you can see, against the nail to make a smooth surface. And so I'm going to do that with every nail, and this step is always before drilling the nail. Alright, so after this step, I'm going to drill the nail, and I have it on 13, as you can see. And I'm going to go around the cuticle area, and I'm going to do the whole nail just to make sure it is smooth. And yes, I'm going to do every nail, and I'll be back. Now I'm going to use a 100 to 180 grit filer to file a nail. So I'm going to kind of tilt the nail just to get under the nail as well, and just to make sure it's crispy, because that's what my client likes. And after I do that, I'm going to give the bottom of the nail a good filing as well, just to make sure, it's filed crispy, just how she likes it. So this is what the nails look like when I am done filing and drilling them. I'm going to go in with my buffer. It's like a medium grit buffer, and I'm going to buff each nail just to make sure it's smooth for when I do my French tips or whatever I need to do. So now I'm going to use 100% pure acetone to wipe off all of the dust on her nails. So I'm going to put a matte top coat on all of her nails, and I usually do these for like the first step of designs because I love how smooth it makes the nail. And I'm going to only put one coat, and I'm going to cure it for 1 minute. Now I'm going to go in with my Modelin's white nail polish, and I am going to do her a French tip on her ring finger and a French tip on her middle finger. Now I'm going to paint her pinky pink. Now I'm going to create like the sculpture nail. Now I'm painting pink. I didn't get to show me doing the pigmented powder on the ring finger. I'm sorry, guys. Thought I recorded, but I don't think I pressed play, sadly. So now I'm going to go in with my makeup sponge and chrome powder and wipe the chrome on it That way, it'll be stuck to the nail, and that makeup brush leaves a clean nail with no residue left on it. And I just love this technique. Using my rhinestone glue, I'm going to create the 3D effect around her nail, and I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds. After the nail is cured, I'm going to apply the chrome powder the exact same way as I did to the nail. Okay, I'm going in with my gel polish no white top coat, and I'm going to go over each nail, and I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to apply my gems using my rhinestone glue that I got from Amazon. And then next I'm going to apply my 3D lines using my rhinestone glue. And it's pretty easy. I always do it like this, and it usually works out pretty good. So now I'm going to use my 3D gel to create the viral 3D flower, and I'm going to get 4 beads of 3D gel, and they all have to be the same size. You're going to see me take that one off just to make them all the same size so the flower can look right. And so after you see me put the 4 beads down, I'm going to use a nail brush with acetone, and I'm going to pat them down to where they, I would mold them into a flower. And then after I mold them into a flower, I am going to cure for 60 seconds. So now what I'm going to do is use the pink polish to give it that 3D effect. And then I'm going to put like the little seeds in the middle using some little gold beads for the flower. And this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching my first video. Have a nice day.